As per Box Office Mojo, as you can see here, The Mandalorian and Grogu dropped like a stone in its second weekend at the domestic box office, down 70% from weekend one. Weekend one brought in $81.6 million. That's over its first 3 days. And over the 4-day Memorial weekend, it brought in $98 million. And then the second weekend was down to just $24.4 million. And then weekend three plummeted again by a further 59% to just under $10 million. Now, the film has a reported production budget of $165 million, plus what was probably about $100 million or more for marketing costs. So that comes to $265 million, at least. So it's likely that the film needs to make at least $530 million to break even. It has only made $297 million worldwide so far, and at this stage, it's unlikely to break the $400 million mark. This film has been another failure for Star Wars. And although it's not exactly possible to compare like for like, the fall of Doctor Who recently shows us that when the brand of a major IP is sufficiently weakened and damaged, it results in fans walking away in droves, and ultimately, the financial investment in the IP can no longer be justified. Ncuti Gatwa was supposed to do a third season as the Doctor, but it got cancelled, so he only did 2. And the recent 2026 Christmas special was also cancelled. Doctor Who is now on a permanent hiatus. When I look at Star Wars, it's a much bigger property, of course, but I can't help but think something similar seems inevitable. I don't think Star Wars is in quite as bad a position as Doctor Who, but I also don't think that Star Wars can afford very many more financial underperformances, be they TV shows like The Acolyte or movies like Solo: A Star Wars Story or The Mandalorian and Grogu. Each time a new production fails within a franchise, it weakens the brand that little bit more, increasing the likelihood of more failures in the future. Star Wars, Doctor Who, Star Trek, the MCU, DCU, they need wins. They need wins to build momentum. I'm not seeing an awful lot of that at the moment for these major franchises. The reason I'm citing Doctor Who is because of all of the big sci-fi franchises that have been consistently active for the past 20 years, Doctor Who is the first one that's been postponed indefinitely. It is, of course, not the first time that Doctor Who has been cancelled and put on hiatus. It ended the first time with season 26 in 1989 and didn't return until 2005. But in terms of recently active, long-running sci-fi franchises, Doctor Who is now done, it appears. Which leads me to question which big franchise is next? Star Trek, Star Wars, the DCU, the MCU? Star Trek is technically still in production, as the final seasons of Strange New Worlds and Starfleet Academy are in post-production, but no new series or movie is being filmed. So unless there's an announcement soon, Star Trek could very well be next for the big sleep. It's also worth pointing out that, unlike Strange New Worlds, Starfleet Academy was actually cancelled during its first season, with its second season yet to air. Strange New Worlds completed its planned 5 seasons. Starfleet Academy was supposed to do 4. And Starfleet Academy was cancelled for much the same reason that Doctor Who was cancelled, because it was unpopular woke crap. The DCU is a relatively new film franchise, which started last year with the box office disappointment of the very eagerly awaited and heavily promoted Superman. This year's Supergirl is looking set to perform even worse if predictions and early indicators are to be believed. How can that bode well for the next film of the franchise, Man of Tomorrow, or the future of the franchise in general? The Marvel Cinematic Universe has been in an extremely bad place, I think. 3 recent financial flops, all of them released last year: Captain America Brave New World, Thunderbolts, and Fantastic Four First Steps. Spider-Man Brand New Day is on the way. I suspect it'll do a little bit better because the Spider-Man films generally perform better in the MCU. And then, of course, there's the staggeringly expensive, very eagerly awaited Avengers Doomsday coming this December, in which all of Disney Marvel's hopes for the future of the franchise rest. That leaves us, of course, with Star Wars, which doesn't really seem to know where it should go since the divisive sequel trilogy ended in 2019. And of course, that trilogy killed off the original core series characters, Han, Luke, and Leia. Since then, the TV shows for Star Wars have been a bit hit and miss, and there's only a vague plan for the future of the franchise on film after next year's Starfighter movie. None of these franchises are really in good condition at present, though it's likely they may all be cancelled at some point in the future and put on a long break for many years. But which of these franchises is likely going to be cancelled next, in your opinion? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Take care. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.